We begin, though, with breaking news tonight. The Orange County Sheriff's Office has obtained a murder warrant for a man who they believe is responsible for shooting and killing a young father.
And they didn't have to look far for this suspect. He was already in the Jefferson County Jail. Darius Stevenson was arrested yesterday by Port Arthur ISD police. They say he had a gun in a gun-free zone. The sheriff's office thinks he showed up at a home near Vidor early Tuesday morning and killed 21-year-old Brennan Flores with a single shot. Officials still haven't released a motive. Flores leaves behind a 3-year-old daughter.
Today marks a somber anniversary for Beaumont police and the entire Southeast Texas law enforcement community. 10 years ago, Officer Brian Hebert was killed in the line of duty. That Beaumont officer was trying to stop a man who was on the run when his squad car was intentionally hit. 12
News reporter Dominique Lay joins us tonight with how the department and his family are continuing to keep his legacy of service alive.
Yeah, Dave, sadly, this day will always be remembered by the city and family members. I spoke with Officer Haley Morrow and Officer Hebert's sister about their feelings 10 years later.
A brother, son, and friend. Beaumont police officer Brian Hebert was killed 10 years ago on July 8th. Officer Haley Morrow explained Hebert was in the line of duty laying down stop sticks on Downland Road in Beaumont to stop a man from fleeing the scene.
When the suspect saw Officer Hebert's vehicle, he intentionally struck it, which also struck Officer Hebert, who was behind the vehicle.
Morrow says BPD has a museum with Hebert's photo to honor his service. A scholarship has also been created in his honor. BPD also commemorates Hebert with
a badge and name of every officer from Beaumont PD who's been killed in the line of duty. Inside our police station, we have a bust mounted on the wall that describes the officers.
Best friend and sister Holly Hebert says when she found out,
my heart dropped because, he was my brother and best friend for 30 years.
The fallen officer's sister describes Hebert as a practical joker and someone who had a heart of gold.
He truly strived to make a difference in people's lives, not for the notoriety, but to truly help others.
Officer Hebert's character and compassion has left his sister wishing she could tell him a few more words.
I hope that he knows how much we all love and miss him and how much of an impact that he has made on people's lives.
Brian Hebert's legacy will continue to live on within the city of Beaumont.
Anytime an officer is killed in the line of duty, it's not just the family members who lose a loved one, it is friends who lose a friend, co-workers who suffer, and also the community.
The man responsible for Hebert's death, John Wesley Nero, was sentenced to life, locked up in a maximum security prison in Abilene. Brian's sister Holly also expressed her gratitude towards Beaumont PD and officers everywhere. Live in Beaumont, 12 News.
A developing story tonight at 6. Prosecutors have filed capital murder charges against Teresa Balboa in the death of Samuel Olsen. He's the 5-year-old boy found dead in a plastic bin in June at a motel room in Jasper. Balboa has been in jail since she was arrested inside that motel room. Investigators say she was on her way to Louisiana with the boy's body.
Now, she was originally charged with tampering with evidence of a human corpse. An autopsy showed Olsen died from blunt force trauma to his head. Court documents reveal that Balboa hit the 5-year-old with a blunt object on or around May 12th. That's nearly 3 weeks before she called police to report him missing. Her next court appearance is July 12th. The DA is asking for no bond on the capital murder charge, but that'll be determined at the next court appearance. Prosecutors say Balboa worked with 2 other people to move and hide Olsen's body. Now, Balboa's roommate, Benjamin Rivera, and another man, Dylan Walker, are also charged with tampering with evidence. Both have already bonded out of jail. Court documents reveal that Rivera admitted to seeing the child's lifeless body in their apartment and then helping Balboa hide him in a bin, later moving him to a storage unit. Walker drove Balboa to the bin to Jasper. He's also the one who called Crime Stoppers to report her whereabouts.
The 12 News Storm Tracker staying busy tonight, monitoring a mess of moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. It's already drenched the coastal bend. Some new video showing the folks there who are using buckets to clean water out of their homes. And you can see a real mess around the Corpus Christi area. Here at home, mostly dry for a change.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn joins us, showing us where the rain is now.
And it does look like it's off towards our east and off towards our southwest. Not much over the area despite the forecast today. However, the potential is still there for flash flooding. There's a slight risk over the southern sections of our viewing area through tonight. Right now, rain off towards our east, rain off towards the west, and a low confidence forecast. But there's the potential that some of this could work back into the area later on tonight with a healthy chance. So this evening, about a 30% coverage in the triangle. That may ramp up by 11 p.m. tonight. And it's prudent to have fairly high rain chances tomorrow before things start drying as we head towards Sunday. Near normal rainfall coming up next week. More on that storm tracker forecast coming up on 12 News.
Well, the coastal Bend region isn't the only place where flooding is a concern. It's been a soggy summer. Here in southeast Texas, we're running 7 inches above normal in terms of rainfall, and that's exposing some of Beaumont's drainage issues. Last week, we showed you what happened to 11th Street when just 3 inches of rain submerged the area.
Well, tonight, folks who live in the Caldwood neighborhood on the west end are also feeling some of the effects, and they're hoping to get some drainage issues fixed. 12 News reporter Cameron Seibert is live there tonight.
Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm in one of the areas where draining has been a concern. One resident here is stepping up to the plate, hoping to enact some change.
The little rain we had from last week to now, and the streets flood the way they do, I can only imagine if they tell us something that's half of what Harvey was or Imelda.
Jeremy Grogan lives in the Caldwood area in Beaumont, where 3 inches of water left streets flooded a week ago. He says he's not sure what's happening, but ever since Harvey, he's noticed more pooling with smaller amounts of rain.
We pay taxes, we do our part. The city should do theirs, I feel.
The problem has prompted Grogan to step up and head the neighborhood association and look for some answers.
No one stood up to take on the challenge. So it came up to me several different times. So I was like, okay, maybe that's just a sign saying, you might as well jump in it.
Try to keep up with the rains and keep the water out of the homes and businesses.
DD6 engineer Doug Catan isn't sure anything has changed since Harvey, but it will take an investment to solve the problem.
It's just all our projects are just going to have to be a lot bigger and a lot more expensive. We're going to have to look at other ways to move water.
For now, the city and drainage district are adding these detention ponds to hold water during rainfall. Beaumont City Councilman Mike Getz believes these infrastructure projects should be the city's main priority.
And that's why I've been so vocal against this idea about buying and demolishing the AT&T building. I think that $4 million for that should be used on infrastructure.
Grogan hopes to bring his community together to enact change, but he says it's going to take more than just words.
I'm gonna need the people more than just their words. You know, you can complain all day, but I'm gonna need help. I can't do this alone.
Grogan hopes to rally the folks here for a meeting this Monday night at First Christian Church. That would include members of the council like City Councilman Mike Getz. He hopes in the end that his contributions will create a better future situation for his daughter. Reporting live in Beaumont, Cameron Seibert, 12 News.
In Power City tonight, it looks like construction has resumed in downtown Port Arthur for Motiva's new campus.
You know, the work paused during the worst of the pandemic, but crews appear to be back out restoring the old Federal Building and the Adams Building on Austin Avenue, both next door. The two historic sites will be home to the energy company's newest offices. We found workers out there today when we stopped by. And folks, this could be a big step forward in the revitalization of downtown Port Arthur.
We're elated, and they're a great corporate citizen, and it's going to be so much fun having them next door to the chamber and having them revitalize this area.
That's Pat Avery with the Greater Port Arthur Chamber of Commerce. She believes downtown PA will once again thrive one day, and she says Motiva moving in really should jumpstart that process.